absurd as that is. Primy's going walkabouts, but he does have a player at his back. Jit Boys alongside him, holding it. Runner with a jump spot, just seeing them. Now knows these players are walking out here, running away in the danger zone. Certainly, yet still shot to the dome. Jit Boys dropped and away. Primy sidestepping. Knows that there's players there, but needs to wait for his teammates' backup as well. But Ban is just getting, he needs to get a move on, to be honest. Time is of the essence. Primy! He does put a few bullets back into them. Still that turret. I mean, Ahsoka's going to be retreating. It's already done. The time? The round's lost. I don't know what to say in that spot there.
I think Primy and Ban could have played that a bit quicker to actually play for the win in the round instead of just trying to do economical damage. That is a weird one.
Yeah.
Technically, a Red Bull clutch.
Technically. Sponsors will be happy.
Yeah.
But
do they want to be associated with a round like that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone at Red Bull that just happened. But yeah, that's big round from Kicks, I guess, surviving in that spot.
Economical damage, at least.
Yes, it is. It's only Sender, though, that's buying up in this round. The rest still taking it as a bonus.
It's paranoia held here, Talon. Seeking to fight off of this one. Again, they've got the cam to take that contact. The shock dart into the corner. Grab net through with the swing, Jit Boys. Finally rewarded.
Nice.
Play that's cooked up. Talon, they've got the advantage.
That's the second round in a row that the Gravnet's been followed up on beautifully as well towards B main.
Yep, but it's all about converting it because Vitality will default into these contact plays once more. And Cruz, perfect timing with the peek there. Send it. They're not quite trained properly. Rifle retrieved, kicks up through the gut. Now, might be laying siege here. This guy, underhanded with the flashes, dodged in time, but he can't survive the bullets. Cruz, with him falling, massive gaps into the play. 50 seconds to play with if you are Vitality. Once more, they could slow this down. They're going to need to if they want to reclaim the spike, but it's again contact re-clears. Talon are side by side. It's all about who wins this first fight out. Governor, he's there. Steady with the aim.
Good movement as well. Governor making sure that that's not another 5v3 that falls away from Talon. But could I say that I was confident they were going to close it out? Not at all.
I'm holding my breath in those spots from what we've seen.
But the early round is really nice. I think it's actually even better than what we were seeing on Lotus. The early round, yes, they actually got first kills in 12 of those rounds. The first kill, again, was 12-7 in favor of Talon on Lotus. They lost 13-6. So
it's unheard of almost.
Yeah, truly unbelievable stuff. But Talon doing a great job here of making sure that they get those advantages in the early rounds, and they do actually close one out. Like I said, it was Sender that forced in the previous round, so he's now got a stinger. And we're getting more aggression out of Talon. Trying not to sit passively and let Sender just have his run over the game.
Sender's just holding this area down, just with the stinger. He doesn't know on the other side of things what might be laying in wait. Primy, good to take that first contact with Trek's going to be dropped as well. That's a seize out and through as well. Plenty of players left to be dropped here. And lovely work indeed. The knife just a little bit too delayed there, not enough to remove the rocket in time, and Primy will not be budged from this spot. That is lovely work. The reactions of this guy, the young gun that they brought in to shore up a bit of firepower, paying off. Vitality not getting away with the same funny business. The contact plays that were just completely opening up rounds that they should not have been winning. In theory, shut down, but Kix does have the spike in his back pocket and an open site to play with.
He knows where roughly all three of the players are. But these are not bad situations to play.
Hear the sound. Crix knows they're going to be coming towards him. Haunt is dropped here up and over the top as well. Governor playing for his life, and beautiful peaks, beautiful spam damage just to supplement that. Making sure that he doesn't give his life away unnecessarily.
What a round from Primy too. It's not something that I got the opportunity to mention early on, but he's never played Raze in a professional setting.
Right.
I mean, I assume he's been spamming it in ranked. I haven't looked at his tracker recently, but he's a bit of a all-star, can pick up seemingly any agent and still play it to a really high level. He's got tons of that ranked experience. But you watch a round like this and he looks very comfortable in terms of how he's using his utility, the ult, picking a nice time in to go for that re-clear of A.
Yeah. Really intelligent.
And remember that this is a map where you look at all the stats, every metric you could possibly pull tells you Vitality are way better than Talon on this map. the teams they've beaten, the attack. We were seeing tons of them on Lotus. Vitality yet to win.
I got spike.
Safe picks up the spike.
I'm out of here.
Trip's going to be placed as well. It's going to be alerting Jit Boys.
Yeah, I mean, breaking that instantly might have been the better angle there for Jit Boys, but he's worried.
Yeah, backside control is going to be played. Biding his time here, Jit Boys, even with the ult as well, to get that information up top onto the market box. Clears it, another safe is here. He wants to try and take the fight to him, but the Annihilation just trades it out equally. Still Runner is there. He's taking a fight. Could potentially break it out. No, wants to try and take this fight one-on-one. No, okay, safe is alive and kicking. But still, plan for the back of the site now. Jit Boys already sends it flying with the paranoia. Smoke up into his face, wins that first one, needs the second time against him and just presses it forwards. Out of the smoke. MasterCard Thrifty sealed up, locked up Vitality, winning that one.
And not just a Thrifty, but another situation in which they were down players in a 2v3. Kick's doing a great job with the Sheriff early on, and Safe also providing them opportunities to win the round by getting that Vandal in mid. Runner contributes excellently as well. I think Runner actually played the situation beautifully. He's caught between dealing with Jit Boys, pushing him away, trying to break the ult. You can see there in the reaction from Safe. Happy with how that one turned around, but also at a bit of a loss as to how they keep being able to win and kind of like clutch out these situations.
Absurd,
down players.
It's truly absurd. We keep harping on about it.
Because it's so unusual.
Yeah. Ban tagged up. We'll have to give it that space now. No command. Be emanating out as well, pushing Talon back and away, but it does orchestrate pretty nicely. The fights that they're trying to take here, smoke's dissipating. Plant now finally down. You could default back into this B main angle, as we know and love, or hate in most situations.
No flank, no push down mid. Very standard, and Trex even with an ult to work around. These spots are incredibly tough for the retakers to deal with.
So Talon, they've saved most of their util for this one here. Still knife against the back wall. There's a grab net into it, along with the nade into the corner. Cruz, he's sticking the defuse. He's already got that half. Hunter's Fury has to be uploaded here, and needs to find value. Kills, lighting these players up, and still a amount of damage is done. Primi already with that half, but spam down, sprayed down, and the gunplay doing the work. But not able to do it at the end either.
Our first time seeing what is normally an extremely standard situation for teams to get into. Talon didn't really have a great answer there, but they were good at least in terms of getting onto the spike as quickly as possible. Like you said, it's such a tough spot to get through. Safe gets 3, just spamming through smokes into that position where he knows people are going to be diffusing.
Yeah.
And Talon didn't find an opportunity to push aggro into B main, couldn't really apply any util pressure, couldn't get the flank down mid. And now, look, tides turned. Economy damage for Talon.
The default early on by Vitality. Sender's going to be trying to catch that contact over towards aim most of the time here. It's against the eco of Talon, but they are stacking this with enough players that I'm worried about the danger. Once more, Primi catching that contact and still swinging through and wide. He does just find the two, still safe. Wrangles the beast that is his rifle and just swiftly deals with any opportunity, any opponent. So, Ban's here. Does find Runner up through mid into that 1v2. And
That's going to give him a gun.
Claimed a gun.
He's got
the info. He's going to know what his players are going to be trying to play.
Trying to be quiet, threatening, like he could have flanked, could be coming A main.
Discipline from Vitality here. It's going to be steadying their hand. Actually, decided to take the contact onto this one, so Ban dropping the cage. The dart. Placed one. Okay, at least nicely here once more. Another tap, Ban. He has forced that fight out into the wide open here. Safe, a lot to do. Ban sticking already. He's earned himself half, and that builds him. Wincon's time earned as well with the damage. Time to save, surely. Inevitability.
Oh
save.
my God.
Goodness. Just in time.
Playing that on an absolute knife's edge there. Safe also would have died to a single bullet. Health down to 32. Damage from the Vandal 40. Playing things on the finest of margins. But he was required here after Primi hit a collat with the Guardian. Safe was needed for the cleanup and the clutch. Hasn't been a great tournament yet for Safe, actually. For somebody that, again, I would have in my top 5 duelists in the entire world. Safe's been slow to get going. He played pretty well in one of the maps to open up against Trace. I mentioned it at the end of the first map. He said one of his biggest things that he was surprised by, biggest learning moments from this year, was learning that he can rely on his teammates, that he's got them people there by his side. They've built up bonds within this Vitality team, and Safe's a player that's been talking a lot about the mental struggles that he's been going through for years now, actually, but especially this year while he's dealing with like grief, bereavement, and pushed himself and the rest of his team to champs despite that. He's struggled a little individually on this stage, not quite up to my expectations, his own expectations of him, but other people around him have rallied, and then he's, you know, finding his moments here, like in that final round.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's not required that he has these superstar level performances for Vitality to be a winning team and roster.
It might do as you get later through the tournament.
For sure, I think it's going to be necessary. I think the tighter the competition gets, the harder the teams are, but for now, at least, you know, he can lean on his teammates back and have that safety net there. But for now, at least, in this map here and now, he is showcasing a real strong performance. He's 11-4. He's our kill leader across the board here on this map.
Now, a few of them were ecos and a few of them were through smokes, and he might be getting caught here by an ult play.
Yeah, naded us back to the bullets through. Listen, a little bit of damage was necessary, I think, just to topple him over.
They're doing a great job of following up on these grab nets. Everyone has been perfect from Governor on defense. Comboed there with the Raze nade. Again, Primi hasn't been playing Raze in pro. Cruz looking for a re-clear.
Yep, and Sender also just contacting most of this way. Bando, it's an off angle to be played here, and Cruz lovely with the movement. Survives but a moment to at least survive that fight and take it further forwards. Runner up through mid, and Talon with
doing it every
contact
time.
Re-clearance.
Runner's been going for that same thing every time.
Yeah. Kicks up and over, that flash. Very orchestrated and easy enough to dodge here. So finally Talon not letting rounds like that slip when they get that opening kill.
Learning a little about the tendencies of Vitality. They didn't even have to burn the showstopper there. It's a great trap. Safe's got to be worried about those. B main is looking deadly. Talon managing that space very nicely. And of course, they could be trying something aggressive in the next round with showstopper online. You can see people double blast pack down mid or something, go and take tiles control. Tons you can do with this ult on this map.
It doesn't look like any level of aggression for now. Same old, really.
It is. But another spot where Primi can look to try to take contact, defend the ult orb, and if he gets pressured, try to take one, back up, use that ult. Very similar defensive protocols that we've seen before.
Yeah, it's not entirely safe when there's a KO on the other side of things, but it takes a bit of coordination, I think, as well, to make sure he doesn't have any options. There's no way. Primi is going for the peak. One player spams, and it makes him think that it's only the one play in there.
Yeah, getting baited in. Vitality were one step ahead.
Maybe there's that inexperience, I think, rearing its head. It doesn't matter about your mechanical ability. Those are the kind of plays that tiny in the micro, and that give you that advantage.
At the same time, though, and Frost was talking about this in the press conference, Primi's so good he can sometimes break those rules and just decide, I might get a 1v1 here if I play the angle well enough. Here comes Vitality through market.
And still, it's Cruz looking to lock this one down as well. Plenty more players, but that came from with a dart. Drop down as well. He's going to try and deal with this one because Ban was hyper-committed. Up onto the corner. Vitality have barreled over these players now. Up through the back of the site, and NeuroFF will reveal quite a lot in terms of these defensive setups.
The flank?
Yeah, it's being spotted. I mean, they know Governor's here as well. Trex is going to be able to spot that because of that NeuroFF from earlier.
पर बहुत ज़्यादा रीड करके अटैक कर रहे हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा रीड लेते हैं उसके बाद अटैक करते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा
shot away from trying to win this round out.
Perfectly read करके आए हैं आज Talon को.
Could create openings for him, but the amount of plays he's got to get through with the flank already occurring as well. Trex is hotly on his tail. Can't even spam down a trip. 3 bullets left. Doesn't even want to commit to that reload. Backs himself away around the corner. Again, Vitality not willing to really fight, but they'll take it anyway as time was running short. That's a 6th round now that they've built up.
And looking strong. Talon came out with a pretty powerful opening, winning round 3, winning round 4. Made it look like they might be able to challenge Vitality on this map, despite all of the numbers. And yet, as we get deeper, it's looking more and more like the favorites are taking control here.
क्या कहते हो यार 2-0 हो रहा है फिर
Premi's
2-0
yet to
हो रहा है
offload
भाई
this
2-0 हो रहा है
showstopper. It's his second one.
Talon eliminate
Now
हो
he's
रही है
probably
आज
not going to get another.
Yeah.
So you're looking for the moment to get the most value out of it.
I think you do have to be worried to a degree as well with the KO. Most teams, if they're at least good on this map with their attacks by defaults, will be holding a knife just in case there is a showstopper play.
Yeah, I mean, here you can see that Kix uses it in B main. The question is, are Talon, are Primi thinking about that kind of stuff? And also, what's Chip Boy set up for here? Throwing the paranoia through to tiles.
The nades. My goodness, I mean, a few stray bullets right through the box is enough to get the job done at least there. No command through and out, dropping players, Kicks down to his knees. Although overdrive,
Oh,
nice
going
timing. Pre-aims it onto the corner as well. Safe just ran straight into him. Trex, bit of a bait and switch, taps it, trying to pull these players wide out into the open because he knows he needs that chance and advantage, and it will not be there. Talon still fighting back, still battling back, and a chance really for them to equalize at the half.
Another kind of sick Gravnet nade combo. Talon now have all 5 ults online, ready to go. And these set plays have not actually been around ultimates. They've been around Gravnet nades all across the map. Changing up the position that Governor and Primi are playing really fluidly, very nicely, and catching someone almost every single time. Still, they lag by 2. But it looks like Vitality are trying to go into this showstopper.
A real vital round at that. Round 11. They feign, at least at the beginning here, Vitality like they want to try and make it an attempt to fight over towards the A site.
Cleared out immediately by the Prowler. And now Vitality have to go and make more space in that direction.
And through the top section of mid, Primi, drone in his face. Paranoia 2 will push him back and away here. This is Talon trying to make a play happen as an annihilation, but it's wasted. Rebounds off the back wall. Cruiser somehow grabbed himself 2 kills in the mix of all of that, just crossing up through mid. It was an open angle that wasn't smoked through the top of it.
Vitality looking there to try to punish on the annihilation. Didn't realize perhaps that Talon had 3 players facing, and like you said, 2 go down. Another 5v3. Talon can't keep losing them.
I'm not sure when, but Primi, he did offload that ult at some point.
Yeah, looking to try to deny the space that the drone was taking, I would imagine.
Grouping up by Vitality.
This is looking like a very tough round for Vitality to win. They're going straight into the stack. 3 players here looking to defend. Surely this is a win.
Full advantage.
Not only removes a portion of it, the grab net is beautiful, pushing past and away. Governor trying to set themselves up for the fight, doubled up, taking it. It's traded. Bant is there, leaving it down to just Runner, trying to isolate those fights out. But even if he won that one, the time was against him entirely.
One more round for Talon.
Just one more step is all they have
Last
to take
round
here.
in the
Even at
half.
6-6.
I've never seen such good grav nets. They're genuinely incredible. Another one there. Re-clear through mid. Here we're watching the way that Cruz was able to pick up 2. That was after the annihilation. Gravnet is catching safe all the time.
Yeah.
He's throwing it pretty consistently into these neon walls, but he's also just catching the timing perfectly on the trap plays, the space creation. People from Vitality falling into it very often. And as we were praising Safe for being 11-4 earlier, he's now 11-8. Hasn't been able to find any kills after that eco round and the clutch. The entries are really going missing for Vitality today.
Is there anything to set Safe up here? Up on all sorts of angles here. Cruz, the Prowler catching that contact. He knows that there's players up through the top section of mid, dodging most of the util, coming his way alongside that Seize. It's a Nightfall. Enough to offset potentially there. It's got the decay damage kicking in with the Hunter's Fury in the back pocket. Trex letting it loose. Talon going for the play. And you don't have your gun out. Primi will happily make you pay. This guy unleashed now and flips the map, takes the spike, control now, granted it over towards them. It's Vitality that are going to try and fight their way past this one, at least with the player advantage. There's 3 of them there. Cage up in their face. Hearing the footsteps, Runner just about scurries away.
Governor and Ban haven't taken too much space off the back of this. They're playing very cautiously through mid. They do not want to get caught by a lurk, but it's given Vitality a ton of room to go and get that spike and get the plant down. It's an advantage, sure, but they haven't really turned those kills into a 1 round. And they're really not close yet. No. They're just playing with so much caution, trying not to overheat, trying not to make those same mistakes, but giving a ton of respect and a ton of space to Vitality.
Sometimes, be to your own dismay, Jit Boys. No way you commit that. He does indeed. The ult is straight there and through, and a player not into position to really play off of that one. Still, the grab there is beautiful and good, but there's no follow-up. Still time. Kix is going to be able to just pull that tag right out of him. Shorty in to try and clear these angles. 3 versus 3. Util abound. Cage to get themselves in along with the barrier mesh as well, seeking to lock these players out and away. Governor, it's a tap. And forcing out wide once more, still alternating. Primi with 3. Before he's dropped, Governor sticking half onto it. Beam down. Bang!
Nice round.
Delivers that final blow. Necessary to the last two. That's a 6-6 finish here on a map that was
6-6-6.
Listen, by all metrics, as we've already said, it
अभी
should have been a
इस
slam
गेम
dunk for
में और
Vitality.
बहुत कुछ बाकी है. लगता तो यही
Coming
है.
out here and winning the pistol off the beginning too. What a recovery for Talon. Looked like they were going to get it done early on, and I'm very, very impressed with their util usage. Sloppy towards the end, but it's been good for the majority of this half.
Yeah, and listen, casters love it when we've got a game in our hands, and I think we've got one right here, right now.
Red Bulls give you a win. Let's go यार. 1 मिनट से भी कम टाइम में स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. बने रहो यार वीडियो के साथ. जल्दी से वीडियो को लाइक करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो यार, प्यार दिखाओ. पहली वाली स्ट्रीम बंद हो गई थी, पता नहीं क्या हो गया था. उसकी वाईफाई वर्क नहीं कर रहा ठीक से यार. डेटा से कर रहे हैं, अब कभी भी बंद हो सकती है, क्या करें. Random crazy prediction in case it goes to crazy. Vitality versus TRX in the grand finals. And भाई सेकंड मैच के लिए बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ कि आगे पेपर एक्स खेलेगी. और भाई मेरी बेस्ट, मुझे बहुत पसंद है पर्सनली वो टीम. मैं ना उसका और सेंटिनल का फाइनल देखना चाहता हूँ. VCT वो 2 टीमें खेलेंगी भाई, बहुत सारा मजा आएगा फाइनल में, क्योंकि वो दोनों टीमें मुझे बहुत पसंद है. सेंटिनल तो टेंस की वजह से ही, बट अगर पेपर एक्स की बात करूँ तो भाई
On Sunset, still bringing it 6
वो
to 6.
तो समथिंग की वजह से मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद है, क्योंकि समथिंग के ऑफ शॉट्स
combos were beautiful.
बहुत
As you mentioned,
different
Josh,
होते
they
हैं
were
भाई.
always making sure to play off of most of that here. And I want to know, how deep does this playbook run as well? On a map that we haven't really seen too much. We haven't seen it at all, to be honest, with this composition that they're playing. But it's all about what happens here and now on the next half of Sunset.
You're getting that big performance coming out from Primi too. So many spots where he's pushed into an aggressive angle, clearing out A main or B main, and does a great job. Not all of it with utility, plenty of it with his rifling as well. Hasn't really been a player on Vitality that stepped up in the same way that we saw on Lotus from Kix and from Trex, where we were getting massive individual rounds
जो
from
अच्छी
Vitality
डिफेंडिंग
to bail them out.
क्या वाइटैलिटी अच्छी डिफेंडिंग करती है और अच्छा अटैक
The clash
करती
looks
है.
like it could
गवर्नर
be
तो
occurring B main here. Nobody on Talon getting caught by that
जीत
knife.
जाएगी भाई, जो
Just
जीतेगा
right
जीत
up
जाएगा.
behind this one, safe. It's alongside it, got teammates in space. Still, the stun is going to be connected onto himself. And delayed rebounding. How the hell did you get out of there? What are you doing, safe? My God, there's no composure in sight.
Tough
He just sits on it like a bloody egg.
I mean, there's not much he could have done in that spot. The nade was pretty perfect to lock him into a corner. It's the stun that was bad, and Vitality losing a player through mid as well and couldn't respond. Sender, he takes the space.
Yeah, this is a little bit all over the place. I think Sender's looking for a noise cue now. To be a bit of a playmaker into the round, but he's sitting at 3 and 11 right now. Dire straits for him individually. And Tim and Runner are going to be asked to bail them out of this spot to keep that stellar pistol record intact.
If Sender finds a good timing here, and Talon are thinking that it's a normal B retake coming from Boba, coming from Market.
Significant chances. Chip Boys is so damn low. One shot would do him in. Sender spotted him out here, and a lot of util to play with, but he's still going to be holding on to the corner, and he's landed it onto Primi. With him gone and dusted, the last 2 players are weak enough himself. Sender could just do this single-handedly. And I said it needed to be big, and big it is. Cruz, though, enough to bring it back to that 1v1. Smoke in his face, 25 health. And Spike still planted for him. Time, pressure
tough
against
bro,
him.
tough.
Sender just holding Steady hand, spamming away. The Ghost in play. He needs to make the most of this spot here with a horn to reveal. And Sender lit up like a beacon, weaving in and out. The time is played to perfection. Cruz, he's tying with him. And finally, it's Talon who earn a pistol round.
They're first of the match, and that's what experience looks like there. The oldest, most experienced Talon member, a small smile he allows to grace his face.
Pistol round जीत चुकी है
Talon
Talon.
take the lead. For
Talon?
what's got to be the first time in this entire series, I think. Don't quote me on that exactly, but the first match was a bit of a blowout. Vitality have been winning all the pistol rounds. They won the bonus as well.
अच्छा घुमाया भाई इसको.
Talon look like they've got those opportunities for the first time in this match. An opportunity
ये क्या smile
similar
होती है
to
भाई?
when they played against Leviathan, and it looked like they were in the game and had a shot to win it. Now they
मुझे
did
लग रहा है
end
भाई
up
Talon
choking that
जीतेगी
away a
match.
little bit. They lost all 4 rounds at the end
Change
of
हो गई मेरी
rounds,
prediction.
but they could see the finish
2-0
line.
नहीं जा रहा है.
Hopefully learning from
2-1
that
होगा.
experience. Not wanting to make the same mistakes
3-0
twice.
नहीं हो रहा है
It's
ये.
elimination. It's a tournament life on the line. A trap play with great success. It's offloaded here by Vitality. Earns him to kill, at least against Governor. Not too sure if he dropped a weapon.
But advantage अभी Vitality के
And
पास
it's
है
only Ban
क्योंकि
that
एक
saved this
pick ले
round.
ली हो.
So there should be something for Ban to pick up, but he's
There
nowhere
with
near. Look,
timing,
he's exploring through mid now
timing,
with chip points, finding good
timing.
timing onto Runner,
Yep.
but also dangerous positioning.
Yeah, as well, just spotting it out. Still, Ban to try and recover. Bloody hell, Ban.
my
An
God.
absolute worldie right now. Still, it's going to be dropped by kicks.
And
Out
also,
from behind.
huge weaponry dropped, right? There's a weapon down over towards A main, unless they've juggled that away somehow. And there's also a weapon up there in Connector, which Sender's quickly going to grab.
Kicks is trying to get ahead of this one. He's going to hear these footsteps as well. It's an off angle, but it needs to be first shot accuracy on display. And it is. Vitality. Recovery. Inbound with a knife tagging. Primy's position noted, spotted. Vitality defaulting back into that discipline. Doubled up into the high-low. The tap forces them now creep in ever so closer to potentially that round win. Damage done, and Primy just not aware. They're
Nice
playing that one
try,
together.
nice try bro,
A
nice try
masterclass,
Primy.
Thrifty. And for all we were saying,
बहुत
that
अच्छा खेला
Talon
रही
for
है यार.
finally getting that pistol round under their belt. That's going to flip it directly on its head.
So brutal in these kind of spots. So Banerjee boys go to try to make the play
Oh
out through
यार
mid.
ये scene
Those
अच्छा
kicks
था
that
ये
really
catch
cleaned
की.
up. Ban survived on 1 HP until that Sheriff shot came through, and that's a crucial duel that happened over towards B main.
Nice, boys. Nice.
Nice boys,
They've
nice.
been waiting for.
ये क्या होता है?
Kicks once more up towards the top of the scoreboard, having vast impact for Vitality today.
He's been dominating.
With the Sheriff too, he's had some big moments. He was part of how they managed to win a Thrifty round with a player disadvantage in the first half. And Primy's been unfortunate in these clutches too.
Trying to re-clear up through mid here. Right about that, I mean, Primy in the clutch. Maybe just again, you know, kind of that inexperience rearing itself onto the big stage because it's very different. Listen, clutch scenarios, the way you play them in ranked versus actual tier 1 play. Blinding. It is different. It's the reason the pro players are here.
But it's also, in some sense, you know, unfair the amount that Talon even asks of him.
Oh, for sure.
Talon and all the Talon fan base expect Primy to be dropping like 30 every single map.
Yeah, the community narratives is like this guy is just God
भाई
incarnate.
ये
It's-
फैन
of
जो
course, he's
है
very
ये
talented.
स्क्रीन के
He's
अंदर क्यों
exceptionally
लगा के
talented.
खेलता है? भाई इतनी करीब है इसकी स्क्रीन.
But he's a ranked superstar that is still getting
भाई
his
बफ
feet wet in the
क्यों
pro scene.
क्यों बफर होगा? Oh.
That's
Can't
gonna
be asked to
pump-
clutch every round.
Exactly. Got to pump the brake with the expectations every now and then. Here's Talon thinking that they might have got themselves a free and open sight. Shock darts flying forwards as well with that rifle. Phantom play runner is looking nice with it. There's no
my
ace in sight
God.
though.
Goodness, bro.
Van could look
Goodness.
to do a bit more damage as well. Just against the economy, time running short as well. Will need to open himself up and wide. That's unfortunate.
One more round for Vitality.
For Vitality
Let's go.
in a massive position here.
मेरी
They're
first
almost gonna have
prediction
their
सही
own
होगी या second सही होगी
bonus
मुझे
round coming
घंटा
up.
फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
Round 16, their economy is looking good. They saved a bunch of rifles, only one got dropped. So now they've got a bit of a freebie round to throw in here. And Talon are the ones that could get plunged down
Spike
into another
down.
eco.
B.
Or at least another round where you're scrapping together a buy at the very best. Primi one away from getting the showstopper. Is that what Talon are looking to play towards over here on A?
A lot of pings. Try and brute force their way
Yeah,
past
we're
the
going
initial A
now.
fight here. Primi just satchels all the way through. He's got the horn, at least to back him up. Gives him a bit of that peace of mind. So they earn the orb for now. Picks it up.
I like the stun that they place down as well, making it more difficult for Vitality to re-clear through elbow. Remember that this comp on the attack side has quite a little amount of initiator utility to work with. They don't have those flashes that you would normally see from KO or Breach.
Sensors being placed all over the place.
Just waiting in case Vitality go for a
ये
re-clear.
राउंड जो जीतेगा वो मैच जीतेगा.
Just from the boom bot and the
ये
paranoia,
मेरी
so it's gonna be
prediction
wasting
नहीं आई है.
Util pulling it out of
ये जो
Talon.
राउंड जीतेगा वो मैच जीत जाएगा ये.
Anticipating a showstopper. Kicks is not going to let Primi get
ये
away with that.
Valorant King
This is
की
all the right
prediction
protocols
आ
right
गई.
now from Vitality.
I love this wall though. Look at this
Boss.
wall that's blocking off Safe's
इससे
rotate
आगे
at
नहीं
this
बोलूँगा
point,
मैं कुछ.
making it feel like they could try to pivot into an A split.
The showstopper and a fight as well, looking to split their way through. Knife collected, and that's why he has had to see the showstopper with an early release here, yet still Talon are prevailing. With the gunplay and weaponry, Util out of the hands, kicks unable to land that punish. Underhanded with the nade as well, at least a flash still. Collects the one before the trade is online by Primi, still with that plant as well. Talon, they get that extension now into round 16. Slowing it down, you can take a pause and a breather, but Vitality now pushing forwards. They've got that dart, the timing taken by Primi's, pushed past it, the Util unexpected, and the spray transfer not hit. Leaves it down to Trex, unaware by Governor. But does he know that Primi's placed himself here towards the back of the site to clear this one? Fully unexpected! And there's those mechanics on display. No sitting duck from Primi.
हम जा रहे हैं
I
decider
had to
मैच
dodge a
में.
couple of bullets coming through.
Confirm हो चुका है
I
ये.
don't know that that's the cleanest kill I've ever seen from Primi
no.
though.
But the movement got him through it.
20 and 10,
Confirm
he
map.
sits at the top of the scoreboard for Talon. He's on pace for that 30 bomb that the community expects from him in every one of the Talon matches. But it's 8-8 the score, as you said. I think Vitality got a little too aggressive there at trying to clear back through market. As soon as they shut down the showstopper, they wanted to capitalize on that, hoping that they caught Talon unawares. But Safe once more shut down, trying to get the entry on a big team fight.
Confirmly match map 3 खेलेंगे आज. Pint भी देखने को मिलेगा. Confirm हो चुकी है ये
It is a tool
चीज.
that you can use to open
King
up.
ने कर दिया confirm. Prediction King.
The angles, right?
जिसके पोल्स गलत होते हैं, जिसकी predictions गलत होती है, उसने prediction कर
There.
दी है कि
Gonna be
decider
picking it
जा
up,
रहा है.
so
आ जाओ
well
जल्दी decider.
earned, but the spike dropped down into the middle of nowhere. Paints us a nice little picture, I should say. The Talon going to be trying to go into this one nice and slow.
It's a good cam break as well. Runner's cam is good for re-clearing B main, good for retake situations as well, so Talon remove that. Now Vitality don't actually have too much information around the map, it's only A main.
Sender, you've got to get the hell out of there, man. Still Annihilation rebounds. Nobody to be caught. On that little web here, Ban up through mid, breaks the drone as well. It's going to be sowing a bit of misinformation, and it does at least keep these Vitality players a little bit tethered. Now
देखो इस round में plant
collides and
हो
clashes
जाएगा.
into a multitude of players here. Vitality
But
even
B
have
side
many
को
sound cues. They don't want anything to do with it. Maybe just off the back of the trails, even connected. But Vitality
देखो जब
shift
20
away from
सेकंड
his
रह
sights,
जाएंगे
he's still got a
plant
bit of
होगा.
control up through top section of mid.
जब 20 सेकंड रह जाएंगे plant होगा. देखो मैं कितनी बड़ी prediction कर रहा हूँ.
Stuck, committed, Sender, that's reinforcements that are now arriving onto this
20
site.
सेकंड में plant
Meshes
होगा.
here, there's the kill trips and Runner, happy to oblige. Plays off it beautifully, Sender's there, still spraying away the Phantom in play. Out through main, nobody can hold a candle to these players right now, but still Talon might be able to battle their way through anyway. 8 seconds left, but they are all gonna fall in the end.
And that's a messy one from Talon's attack side calling. They hadn't even broken the market door when they decided to take that pivot back through B. I'm not sure exactly what it was that spooked them so much, but they did not like the idea of ending A, even after throwing in the Nightfall. Scrambled, spacing all over the place as Talon desperately made their way back over to the site. Hadn't accounted, I think, probably for Sender's ultimate, which reinforced Runner's position and allowed them to shut that down kind of easily. Talon are broken again.
Money's just never feeling like it's in a good enough spot.
Ever since they lost the follow-up to the pistol. I mean, that is the thing that ruined their economy.
Can't go for this mid-play. There's a rifle in the hands of Primi again. He has to be a solo player to really do the most. If Talon are able to pave their showstopper 2 away.
Cover going out.
but how many more chances are you going to get? The map is rapidly approaching the finale point.
Sender's going to be pressured. Oh, that's a huge knife.
Maybe only tagging onto the one, not too sure. Grab that, Sender. Avoids it. Paranoia is good as well. Onside a nade. TPs have to be used to try and evacuate this space. He's got backup here. Kicks alongside it. Safe. Going to be throwing all sorts of util into the face of these players from Talon. Stunting them. Can't take a step forwards as well with that spike drop down, but it is going to be recovered.
Well played by Sender in that spot. It was another good grab net, but he avoided it. Played in his teammates nicely. And Safe's going to take contact over here towards A-Link.
Needs to be the big player now. The team's going to be swinging off of that contact, making sure that they just turn them into mincemeat. 2-round lead for Vitality. They're looking to keep that going even further now.
And Kicks has generated up the null command, which is going to be great for shutting down the showstopper on the other side. And Primmy's getting close to that one. It's another ultimate that he's just got to think so hard around when he can even find that timing. Talon take a timeout. It's feeling a little like Talon's game against Lev, where you believe that they can do it. They've found some really good moments. 8-8, and it's starting to slip away from them.
Yeah, and you can't afford to let that happen.
Against Leviathan, second map, they were 8-9, lost 4 in a row. They lose 13-8. On the first map, they were up 11-9, lost 4 in a row, lost 11-13. These end moments, maybe it's the strat book running out, maybe it's the rookie players getting a little nervous as they can see the finish line. Maybe it's just luck, maybe it's a coincidence, but it feels
तो ना बड़ा
real in this kind of
prediction king
moment, real
हूँ
enough for Frost to
मेरी
hit the
prediction
panic button,
कितनी
use his
सही
final
जा रही है।
tactical timeout. Vitality haven't even used one yet.
Which is strange, I was just thinking that. I mean, it's like, they've been getting tested for all of this map, but...
I think the reason though is that they lost the final 3 rounds of the half, and so, you know, if you use a tag timeout at that point, you're already,
Yeah, sure.
you've already played the majority of that half. You get to talk to the team at the halftime break anyway. They probably just didn't anticipate how much Talon winning those final 3 would push them.
This is one that Talon have to win. Round 19, enough money in the back pocket. Scramble to give it a buys, even if it is on the half armor. One away from the big ultimate of the showstopper. This is Vitality looking to take that early A main control in space. Flash to set it up. One way now for Sender, so he's going to just maintain control of that one. It's good protocols from Vitality. We saw how easily basically Sender dealt with the Gravnet combo that was supposed to be clearing out of that spot. And in through mid, Ban going exploring, but as the gun sticks barely out, Safe is just trying to hunt him down and shut him down still. This is the danger zone. Surely you don't overextend right into this one. Shorty in the hands. 5 bullets left. He is hard committed, and Ban still gets out with 1.
Pretty incredible from Ban there that he got that one
एक
to
kill
work
हुई है
with.
भाई एक
Talon
kill में
get
तेरा
reset.
ठीक
They're
है
worried about mid now. Vitality have shown presence in that area.
ऐसा लगा भाई कि बिल्कुल ही खत्म हो गया सब
The A
कुछ
site and realize that all is safe, all is empty.
It did pull Sender away.
ज़्यादा hype create कर रहे हो VCT
Scurrying to try and at least help out with a util with the paranoia, right?
And now that Kicks is dead, no null command to stop Primmy's ult. So this showstopper, he can rip it whenever he likes.
We'll see if Talon even hold on to it as well. It's an open site, they don't know that. They're going to be using it just to make sure it's fully cleared out. A lot of util alongside it. Even though the horn didn't get broken, it's paranoia too. The fuse is going to be running short. Not too many options available. Here onto the flank. This is an important one, Safe. Just with the adjustment. First shot accuracy not quite there from Cruz. Didn't land it to the dome. So Safe finding that opener in the midway part of this round, going for re-exploration in through the back of the site, very wide with the face and the movement. Lovely still, but sprayed down nevertheless. Grouped up enough for Vitality to win this one, and now at least Primmy has to lock this one down. Overdrive, damage done, and still, yeah, baits out the initial shots. Primmy just couldn't stand still and hold his ground.
Another 1v2 that's asked of him. I like the play from Talon as well. They choose to get aggressive in the postman, but they didn't realize they were going to be facing there into 4 players. They're expecting the retake to be split up a little more than that. Talon, they hit their shots at the start. A safe skill on the flank, and then the clean up towards the end. It was very nice from him and Sender. Safe finding another round to have his value. 11-8. That finish line choke.
2 राउंड चाहिए सिर्फ
Like
एक
Talon again,
team
with elimination on the
जो
line. If they
eliminate
lose
हो
2
जाएगी,
more
उसका नाम
rounds,
है Talon.
they're gone from champs.
Vitality को
That's your year
elimination से
finished.
बचने के लिए 2 राउंड चाहिए.
A scenario that no team ever wants here. It's all about pulling yourself back up when you get knocked down, and Talon have struggled with that aspect of their game. Going for the reclear now though. Grab net, just from the Prowler being broken. Paranoia, it's almost beautiful. In fact, it is. It was safe. The kill collected onto him.
They're really nice. They knew that the grab net was going to be good on the right side, but before they got punished by people from A-Link. This time, that flash comes through from Jit Boys and allows Talon to follow up very nicely. They are adapting. The players are making adjustments. Is it too late?
That's the question that's asked of them. Ban hearing the footsteps. He's given away another kill. So 4 versus 4. That's where we stand so far here into this round. As an ult online for Jit Boys, can be able to use this to get some information through into the back of the site. Big reveal. Ult's going to be broken. They know that they're anchoring in, but it's going in pound for pound. Sender, he's also going to be reinforcing this site up. This with a nightfall scattered through. My goodness, Sender delivers that death blow. Jit Boys. Surely too much to overcome, and the timing couldn't be better from that one. Vitality. Hard facing, swinging into him.
Match
Gets him onto that
point,
12.
Talon.
Another 4 in a row at the finish line that Talon have lost. And Sender with a second Omen ult to go and reinforce the opposite side. Both rounds massively important that he got that one through. Picks up Ban over towards A, and he's still winning rounds over towards B.
Yeah.
3 more kills defending. Super similar to when he did this in the past, as Talon had that scrambled pivot.
And it's do or die now for Talon. This is it. Do you survive in a tournament, or is it all curtains for Vitality? They can taste it. Victory. It's on the precipice. A lot of noise made here by Talon. Not much of a slow default being held. They are heavily grouped up now. Almost like they're going for the one last hurrah here.
Yeah, not even any information on the other sides of the map, apart from that trip, which admittedly has not been broken. It looks like Cruz here is going to try to put some pressure on Sender. Drag these players in the middle of the map over towards A so that they can make that B split easier.
Out for mid as well, safe. That's composure. It's a steady hand with the Phantom in play. 2 bullets does the job and drops Governor. First kill here for Vitality. Might be the beginning of the end here for Talon. They're left wondering, man.
The recon as well. Finding Ban.
Go, go, go.
Talon still committed to this B split.
Players to meet them.
Run has been good.
We've seen rounds like this, but this could be the tournament life of Talon just ending in the blink of an eye. It all comes down to this fight here. Contact to be caught by Safe. Out through Market. Maybe even expected he could have chopped it up already. Horn up and over. Stun. Lay it down. All intended just to slow this one to a crawl. Kicks already with a no command. It's waving out. It's emanating. Nobody to deal with a dart. And only 2 left to stand. Ban holds strong, but only for a moment before the nade removes him, and Jit Boys has to do the ultimate. It's all in his hands. It's all on his shoulders. And he is no long for this world. A 13-8 to finish this map.
एक लो जी
Vitality
prediction
survive.
गेम की prediction eliminate हो गई
Survive
है
being an important
और हम
word
जा
there.
रहे हैं 2-0 के
For
साथ
Safe,
next match
he
में
lost 0 in 2
जल्दी से
in
जुड़
groups
जाओ
last
वीडियो
year
के
with
साथ
Team
चैनल को
Liquid.
लाइक
They were the
करो
#1 seed. He was
चैनल को भी लाइक
determined not
करो
to make
भाई
that happen
वीडियो
again.
को भी लाइक करो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब
Facing
करो यार
elimination here today, they've
इस
sent
king की
Talon home
prediction
in
को
their place.
सब्सक्राइब प्लीज बदलो जल्दी से करो
A good run from Talon, honestly. Good that they pushed Vitality a little here on Sunset.
Good
Good that
man.
they were even here in the first place with how many rookies they had in that team. But they've fallen short of that high standard
Yeah.
that Cruz and Frost set for them. Their year has ended. They'll be back to the drawing board thinking about 2025. You can see it in the body language. They hope for more from themselves today.
They can take a bow, I think. They'll walk away from this, probably not in the here and now, but at least later on. I think being proud of some of their performances against some of the best in this tournament.
But Vitality look like they're back, at least in terms of the calling and the way that they're operating. Definitely things that went wrong for them today. Going down -5 in first kills on map 1, that's got to be something that they fix for the future.
Oh, yeah.
But the way that they recovered in those moments, winning so many of the 3v5s, their attack side calling, the way that they navigated the threats on Sunset, there are a lot of positives to take away from this win. but it's still going to be tough for them to get out of groups. It's very, very tough.
I mean, the job's not finished, is it? That's what Champs is all about as well, just fighting to survive sometimes for some of these teams. Disappointment settling on the faces of some of the talent
चलो
players.
गाइस,
Vitality at least.
मैं लंच कर रहा हूँ. गेम स्टार्ट होने वाला है. दूसरा तो जोड़ते हैं दूसरे गेम के साथ. लंच करके आ रहा हूँ.
Keeping that tournament run dream alive just a little bit longer.
I think a lot of people will be taking a look at this version of Vitality and thinking, okay, if Vitality play like this, can they beat Leviathan? We've had a massive upset in this group. I don't care that Safe doesn't think it's an upset in the press conference. Trace being able to explode out as the #3 seed from China and go straight through to playoffs has set us up for Vitality Leviathan. One going home, one goes to playoffs. That's massive.
That's just an insane outcome as well, as you said. I mean, nobody's going to be expecting that at all. And the question is, have Vitality showed up enough? Have they learnt enough as well to tangle and contest up with a Leviathan team in that lower of their group? One of them's got to go home, which is just a ludicrous statement.
Yeah. I said that Safe lost 0-2 in groups with Team Liquid last year at Champs. That's the only top 2 seed from EMEA that's ever been grouped at Champs. Vitality still have another game that they need to win against the #1 seed of Americas to avoid that fate.
Oh, we'll see how Safe's feeling about it as well. Let's send it down to the stage for the Verizon post-match interview.
Hello everyone, it's Bella with the post-match interviews. I'm joined by Vitality Safe. Congratulations on you win, Safe.
Thank you.
네, 바이탈리티의 세이프 선수 만나보겠습니다. 원래 고릴라 코치가 탈론 상대하기 쉽지 않을 것 같다라고 이야기를 했었는데 그 말과 반대로 오늘 정말 손쉽게 탈론을 상대한 바이탈리티였습니다. 디사이더 경기를 앞둔 중요한 경기였던 만큼 오늘 승리 소감 먼저 들어봐야 될 것 같습니다. You know, Coach Gorilla said facing Talon might be a challenge, but your game today proved otherwise. With the decisive match on hold, like, as your next step, tell me, how does it feel to win today?
Feels pretty good, obviously. I don't think I've ever won on a champion stage before. I think this is my first win on a champion stage, so obviously it's extra special. But obviously, you know, after facing Trace, the emotional part of the team was like, oh, are we like, what's happening right now? Are we like disconnected? What's going on? So we worked a lot in the past few days with like just synergy in general and how are we going to get ourselves back on the page. And I feel like we showed that today.
이제 세이프 선수는 챔스 경기에서 우승한 게 오늘이 처음이라고 합니다. 이전에 트레이스 e스포츠의 경기 이후에 우리 팀 원래 되게 강했는데 대체 어떤 점들 때문에 이렇게 실패를 하게 됐을까 그런 이야기를 많이 했고 준비를 엄청 많이 한 다음에 오늘 승리를 끝내 가져갈 수 있었다고 하네요. 안 그래도 트레이스 e스포츠 경기 이후에 좀 어떤 식으로 이야기를 나눴는지 좀 더 자세하게 들어보고 싶었는데 한번 물어보도록 하겠습니다. Speaking of Trace, I wanted to ask you guys, like, how did you make that recovery so swift? Because, you know, you said you practiced a lot, but today, like, practice, like, it's important?
I mean, we have staff that work with us that help us with these specific things, whether it's in like getting the team back together, working on our synergy, working on our like the micro things or macro, doesn't really matter. We have people around us, staff that are provided by Vitality, that are amazing at what they do, and yeah, no, they really help us.
이제 이런 거를 주로 도움 주는 스태프분들이 있었기 때문에 이제 짧은 시간이었지만 바이탈리티가 다시 똘똘 뭉쳐서 오늘 제대로 된 경기력을 보여줄 수 있었다고 합니다. 다음 상대 레비아탄을 만나게 되는데 얼마나 자신 있을지 한번 물어보도록 하겠습니다. Next, you're facing Leviathan. How confident are you?
I'm feeling pretty confident. I feel like the way we were on the server with each other today, the way I heard people speak to each other, and just the general work ethic we've had all around the board, I feel like it's leading into a good pattern. I feel like I'm very confident with the way we've been doing. Yeah, the energy is there. The energy is there.
이제 오늘 경기 흐름 같은 거 보고 오늘 커뮤니케이션을 토대로 생각을 해봤을 때 되게 좋은 방향으로 레비아탄의 경기를 끝낼 수 있을 것 같다고 하네요. 그러면은 바이탈리티의 세이프 선수 인터뷰 만나봤습니다. We'll be back after the break to see PRX vs VIT Esports. Bye.
I'm going to draw what I think, my interpretation, my special interpretation of that word. Show it then to Forsaken, who will then have his own interpretation of my interpretation, who will then show it to the Vi, and then eventually we will get to Mind Freak, who will try and guess what it is. Let's have our first word. Are you guys ready?
Yep, let's go.
Yeah. Are you artists ready? All right.
Yeah.
Face the side of the room. Okay. All right. Are you ready? You have 10 seconds to complete this drawing. All right.
Okay.
2, 1. All right. Time's up.
Oh my
You
goodness.
should show
I
it
think it's
to
so deep.
the audience.
Okay.
And now, Davai, are you ready?
Yep.
Take a look at Jason's drawing. And your time starts now.
Oh. I think I messed it up actually. I don't know what you. I don't know.
2 and 1. Boards up. Please show the audience.
I don't know.
Can I see it? What is
I
it?
don't know. He drew like this.
Okay, Mind Freak, can you take a look at this? What is it? What have we done?
My team, Paper X.
Oh my gosh!
Oh.
Can we accept that? Yes? Yes? Do we have that? Yes! Oh my gosh, it made it! It made it! It was the Paper X
I was
logo.
Paper X.
Hey,
That's
my,
easy,
my start was pretty good.
At least we got the RX part.
Yeah. That's important. That's important. All right. Next word. Are you guys ready?
Connector. Okay.
All right. Are you
Ready.
ready? Please draw. Please still let me keep my job. All right. Forsaken,
Yeah.
please draw this.
Oh.
Your timer starts now. 3, 2, 1. All right.
Okay.
Davai, please draw this.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Please show the audience. What can I see? And Mind Freak, please take a look at this. What is it?
Come on, man.
Trophy. Champions Trophy.
Okay, Champions Trophy. See, we're connecting. We're connecting here. Even though I'm trying to troll them. What is that?
I can't draw, man. Baseball bat.
All right, we have our final word. Final word. Okay, let's have it. Are you ready, gentlemen?
Hi. Arimasu.
Okay. All right. Jason.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, I already know.
5, 4,
I think I
3,
already know.
2, 1.
No, wait.
All
No, you get this right. Oh.
right. Davai, are you prepared?
Yep.
I drew too late.
10 seconds on the clock. 5, 4, 3,
I don't know, man. What is it?
2, 1. All right. Please show the
No,
audience.
man. They
Please
drew
show,
this.
please show our viewers. What is?
I don't know.
What
it's
is it?
Some seaweed.
What,
Like, I don't
what
know.
is that?
I don't know. They
Aaron.
drew this.
Aaron, I'm
What's a me, man?
I'm giving you the answer.
Leaf.
What?
I don't know what the fuck is this. Wait, one more guess, one more guess. Home.
Home?
House. I don't know. House.
Okay, so the answer was wingman.
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
that's a wing-
Wait, what is? What? No, what is this?
I don't know what that is. What is that?
You drew also.
I was a spike. It's the spike.
Ah,
Brilliant, it's a spike.
spike.
I thought it was some flag
No,
or
he's
something.
carrying. He's carrying. He's happy to carry
Okay,
it.
okay.
Well,
Look at this. It looks like a snail, bro.
yeah.
Or something.
Okay, this is a really terrible team, but the good news is that these guys are even better on that stage. So best of luck to you guys. We fail at this game, but you guys won't fail in the other.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone, to Day 8 of Champions Seoul and our second elimination match of the day. It's going to be Paper X taking on Foot Esports. Of course, Golden Boy here alongside Baby Bay and Mimi as we break everything down. But before we dive into that real quick, I just want to, give, of course, the flowers of Vitality. That was just beautifully done from them. Shut down, even when things looked like it was going to take a turn for the worse, maybe. Vitality managed to dig deep.
Yeah, Primi had a great showing on Raze for the first time, but it was the anchoring that was insane.
Yeah, incredible stuff. But let's go ahead and talk about what we see here right here and now. Paper X took on G2, and Mimi, this is crazy to think that Paper X could be in a position our champions finalists last year might not be able to make it because of just some weird gameplay, honestly. It didn't really feel like we were seeing
I think they played the way that PaperX has played all year, but I don't think that's good enough to beat a team like G2. I think they got stylistically outmatched in this game, and PaperX obviously have aspirations to be much better than that. The last time they were on a champion stage was in the finals. They thought it was going to be Jing's last game, and they come back. They get him back in the roster for this year with very high expectations, and now is a chance to show it at a global. They've only won 2 global matches this year, one against EDG, one against Loud, but they have aspirations of going on another run like they did at Champions last year, but they have to win this elimination match to even have a chance to start that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team of like absolutely phenomenal players, you know, guys who should be lifting a trophy over their head, baby, but it just has not happened for them.
Some of the most mechanically talented players we've seen in this game of Valorant. I mean, 100%. If not the best currently. Honestly, they're ridiculous. Osboss is up there with them. But they have a good chance now. They struggle against teams that have really good macro. Foot this year, I feel like
we saw against G2.
Exactly. Foot this year, I feel like I've taken a little bit of a step back. So this is a really good opportunity to keep their foot in the door in this tournament.
Yeah, well, we'll see, of course, how this all plays out. We'll send it over to Yinsu. Actually, had an opportunity to get a quick word with Divai ahead of today's matchup.
I am honored to be here with the one and only David, or some of you might know him as Divai. I wanted to ask you, what do you think about that nickname? And also, this is your 10th global event. You've been here many, many times. So how do you feel about the growing support as well, and having a lot of streamers being super, super excited about your performance?
I mean, it's great to have people supporting us, and also, I mean, now I'm known as David. I mean, thanks to Pujan, and I mean, I'm actually loving it a lot. And yeah, I mean, our 10th time, hopefully this time, right?
You got it. 10 times lucky. Trophies coming home?
Nah.
No, good luck today, Divai. Good luck.
Okay, so definitely the
His
realist.
reply is nah.
Nah. Hey, you're gonna win this event? Nah.
To be fair, when they went on their run in Champions, it's not like they were going around saying they were gonna make a run happen.
That's true.
They've never been that team to boast.
Feels like every single time they go on a run, it's always the same thing. So, you know, maybe that's what they're trying to do. A little reverse, you know, good luck if you will.
Relieve some of that pressure, you know, because it's a lot of pressure right now. You're in the lower bracket elimination. You have such high expectations. Everyone knows you're a beast, but I mean, Foot, they ran into a different beast of EDG. And
indeed they did. It was not pretty for Foot. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Foot had moments where it looked like they could very well keep competitive in this one. But, I mean, look, Baby Bay, they're going to need to step up, CNATE especially.
Yeah, not only seen it, but it was the defensive side.
Oh, yes.
That was the biggest struggle. They only got 4 rounds on each map on defense against EDG. And yeah, they slowly crawled their way back in on the attacking side. But you cannot be doing that in a tournament like this where the stakes are this high.
Yeah, you absolutely can't. I think that Foot had opportunities in that game. They actually did pretty well in the gun rounds, but they lost every single pistol in that game. And I mean, you can't really win series doing that when you're against a closely matched opponent.
Yeah, not a game like Valorant where it's so snowbally. It matters so much. And if you give those rounds to PRX, who will get confidence from them.
And I think that is something kind of similar between EDG and PaperX. Both these teams are real confidence teams that once they get that ball rolling, the momentum can be huge, especially when some of these star players on PRX start to heat up.
Yeah, no, 100%. Well, here's cracks on what went wrong in that matchup for Foot in this Omen player moment.
Ben Krax, Volkan Krax Balaban, Futo Esports'ta support rolünde oynuyorum. O yüzden şu an aldığımız ilk yenilgi beklediğimiz bir sonuç değildi. Ama şu an daha her şey bitmedi. O yüzden üstüne koyarak devam etmeye çalışacağız. Yani büyük konuşmayı sevmem ama büyük ihtimalle kırılma anını veya pistol alsaydık kazanabileceğimizi düşünüyorum. Oynadığımız oyunda neyleri yanlış yaptığımızı gördük. Küçük hataları değiştirirsek ve özgüvenli bir şekilde oynarsak yenebileceğimizi düşünüyorum. Çünkü bizim takım olarak günümüz diye bir kavramımız var. Ve günümüzde olduğu zaman kimse karşımda duramıyor ama diğer türlü biraz daha geride kalıyor takım. Sadece günün gelmesini bekleyeceğiz.
I know exactly where CNATE is. Kang sport up, shoot up. At least by the trap, fall in a bit of danger. The paranoia is good though with that connection after struck. He's going to be dodged. He needs some help from the rest of his team, and the overdrive is just swatted away.
Dediğim gibi büyük konuşmayı sevmiyorum. Sahnede görüşelim. Destekleriniz için çok teşekkürler. Champions'a şu an istediğimiz gibi başlayamadık ama yani çok çalıştığımızdan ötürü ben ilerleyebileceğimizi düşünüyorum ve sizin desteklerinizi de arkamızda hissediyoruz. Desteklemeye devam edin lütfen.
Of course, for this FUT team, right, not only are they playing for themselves, they also play for, the Turkish region of Valorant as well. Let's not forget about that. But one player, Cracks, I mean, he was certainly a bright spot for this team. He had some moments, on the initiator role where he was bringing some value to the FUT boys that were keeping them in this matchup against EDG, Baby Bay.
Yeah, it was insane. I mean, he had pop-off moments left and right. First bloods aplenty for the side of FUT. And the problem was, they couldn't convert. They had 26 first bloods in 2 maps, and they couldn't win.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's insane. I think that the fundamentals in some of those late rounds were really causing them problems, and the EDG individuals were taking those risky plays that I think they became known for, but largely they were finding that success. I think when I think of FUT, I feel like they're a pretty inflexible team. They have their set ideas, they have their set comps. A lot of the time it's unique. They're like the only team in the event only playing Jett and Raze in that duelist slot, and I feel like when they get hit by these teams who have a more chaotic style like EDG and like who they're going to play in PaperX today, they can struggle sometimes, so they're really going to have to be on their A game if they want a chance against this PRX roster today.
We've seen this FUT team dig deep in the past. We've seen them pull off some incredible stuff.
We've seen the history before, but the last time these two teams played, it was PaperX who took the win and went on their run at Champions.
Well, let's go ahead and meet the players as we bring out PaperX and FUT to the stage.
FUT Sports. PaperX.
A lot of pressure for both of these teams here. PaperX, they were our finalists of Champions 2023. And for FUT, that same event saw them go through an incredible run of their own. To lose here today, to be sent home here and now, would be an absolute heartbreaker for both teams.
That was the breakout event for FUT when they proved that they could do it on a global stage. They got put down by PaperX, eliminated in the game after that. Both these teams are searching for another run, another opportunity to prove that they're not just a team that can attend globals, but who can play well, who can go deep in the playoffs.
Well, what do we think about this series layout here? We got Sunset, Bind, and if necessary, Lotus.
I am so shocked that FUT decided to pick Sunset into PRX.
That's crazy.
And PRX are 15-3 on the map this year.
Oh, wow.
15-3. They've only lost 3 times on this map this year. It's crazy. They must have some good anti-stratting going on, because if not...
Or a death wish.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly my point.
But there has to be a reason for it. There has to be a reason for it. They have to feel, some kind of confidence on this map here, Mimi, if they felt the need to go for it right out of the gate.
Sure. I mean, you talk about the year-long streak. They're on a 7-map winning streak here as well.